Hey everybody, we are back. This is Dissecting the Dead. We're back after, we haven't done a Walking Dead video in a very long time because we were in Anaheim and we were doing cons and we got sick and lots of stuff happened, but we figured it's about time. Tonight's video is about Tyrese. We're remembering Tyrese. And they devoted an entire episode to his death. Not
just to his death, to his dying.
Yeah.
It took him an entire episode to die. And,
after being bitten twice.
Yeah. Take this outside of The Walking Dead, and this was an amazing episode. It was very artistic. It was, I thought it was well written. Nothing really happens, except like in the beginning when he's first bit. But it doesn't feel like nothing happens. Like, it was a good, solid episode. The problem with the episode is that it immediately followed Beth's death, which was so disappointing that it just seemed unfair that Beth got such a disappointing death and Tyrese got this amazing death.
Yeah.
Which doesn't mean Tyrese didn't deserve an amazing death. It's just Beth did as well. And so it just, I had a hard time enjoying the episode simply because it was immediately after Beth.
It feels like Beth got a little shorthanded.
Yeah.
My main problem with Tyrese is not Chad Coleman's performance, because he did an amazing job with what he was given. My problem is that they took this character from the comics who was an absolute beast. I mean, he was locked in a room with walkers in the prison, and they thought he was going to be dead, and they go into the room, and all the walkers are dead, and he's standing there covered in guts and stuff. And he's just an absolute beast. And in the comics, he had Herschel's death.
Yeah.
He was decapitated outside the prison with Michonne's sword. And they took that character, who for a very long time was my favorite character in the comic, and they basically turned him into just the worst nanny ever.
Yeah, what was crazy is that he had like these crazy zombie kill modes, like when that one very loud chewing gum guy and Judith, when he kicked him out because he was like, either get out or I'm going to snap the baby's neck.
Right.
When he did that, he kind of had this like psychotic, amazing, and he killed all the zombies.
He hulked out.
Yeah, he like hulked out and killed all the zombies. But he was never consistently like that. It was like he would do stuff like that and then he'd feel so bad about it that he would like kind of do the opposite and be as good as possible, which is kind of
made him as weak as possible.
Yeah, which is really not plausible in the world that they're in, or not practical. So, yeah, it was like he could have been this really strong character, and they just kind of...
Like, in the comics, he was instrumental to the group, and in the show, he was a liability. Yeah. And I feel bad for Chad Coleman more than anything, because he really got shafted with how they wrote that character. And,
it all happened after the prison. After the governor came. Like, before that, I was fine with his character. It was right after that when he had Judith, Judith and the two girls. That's when he started to fall apart. And I really wish he would have had Bob's death and that the blood in the baby seat had been his and he had been bit, and now he's on this race to get the girls to safety before he turns.
Right.
That should have been his death.
Yeah, and like, if you remember, he had that big cut, and for the whole first half of season 4. Season 4. The whole first half, or whenever it was, my seasons are running together. I'm thinking that cut is a bite, and he's gonna get Herschel's death from the comic. That was my thought the whole time. The blood in the carrier is his because he got bit, and he is just, like she said, just rushing to find somebody that he can leave the girls with. And as soon as he found Carol, I was like, yes, he was bitten. And then it turned out that it was a scratch, and he was fine. And then he went out like a punk in Noah's house.
Yeah, and it was just like he went downhill.
Yeah.
From there on out, like it was okay that he wasn't a very good nanny for the two girls and Judith because he's never really had to deal with kids on the show. So that was okay. It was just after that when he just refused to do anything of help. He's not little at all. He's got some strength. And then you've got Carol, who is at least a foot shorter than him, definitely 150 pounds lighter than him, and she's the one who rescues the group from Terminus, which I loved because I was like, woo, yes, feminist girl power, yes, Carol does it. He was like, oh, I stay and babysit Judith. Yeah, that's a great plan. Like, he was just so meek, and he didn't work as a meek character for me.
No, not at all. I say they did a disservice to Tyrese and to Chad Coleman from beginning to end, and it was almost a relief to see that character go, because it actually was painful to watch that character be written so poorly.
Yeah. I definitely was not shocked to see him go.
No, not at all.
It was like, yeah, Tyrese is going sometime here soon because he literally does nothing for the group.
Yeah.
Like we've said numerous times, he's just the world's worst nanny.
Yeah. And he was, like I said, he was instrumental in the comics, and the complete opposite in the show. And not that I want them to stick to the comics 100%.
No, we don't.
For this character, they really should have.
Yeah, they should have.
All right. I think that's about all we have to say about Tyrese's death. Obviously, we're really disappointed with that character in general.
Yes.
But,
what did you think of Tyrese's death? What did you think of Tyrese's character as a whole?
Right.
Do you disagree with us completely? Did you love Tyrese in the show? Put that stuff in the comments below. We read it. We absorb it.
We interact.
Yeah, we interact.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We're doing our Saturday Topics of the Week again, so be sure to leave a suggestion for that down in the comments. What we'll do is we'll have a look at them, choose the one that we think we can make the best video from, and then that's the one we'll do. It doesn't have to be Walking Dead related or anything like that. It can be any geeky topic that you would like to see us do. Okay, that's it for this time. We'll see you next time.